What is up? Welcome back to my channel. Something looks really creepy and alien about me, if that is what you're thinking, because that's what I'm thinking when I look in the mirror. Because I don't have my eyebrows on. These are my natural eyebrows. These are actually tinted as well. Like, I use men's facial hair dye to tint my eyebrows just because they're like blonder than life. So I am going to show you my eyebrow routine. It's not super crazy or anything, but it is near and dear to my heart because my face is not framed, it is not shaped without my eyebrows. If you are new here, hi, my name is Kendra. I do post 3 videos a week. If you want to subscribe, you should hit the button below and you won't miss any of my videos. But without further ado, let's jump right on into my eyebrow routine. Just starting off with the products I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe. I have tried other brow products and I always come back to this. This is the best thing for my eyebrows, for my face. This is it. And then I use the Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Blonde. I probably could use brown as well, but I bought blonde the first time and it works as well. This is increíble. This freaking makes your brows look like they're so thick and so just vivacious and bushy, and that is what I'm looking for because as you can see with what I'm working with, I ain't got vivacious or bushy brows. And I want them. This is the key. If you have really basic brows like your girl, definitely hit up the Glossier Boy Brow. It is worth your money. It is my favorite brow product I've ever found. So, we are going to go in. First I take the spoolie and just brush everything out. Brush it up, because that's how I want my brows to look. I'm gonna put some bobby pins in to keep the hair out of my face. Now that we have brushed the brows into the place we want them to be, I take the Brow Wiz here and I start just by outlining the bottom. Once I feel confident in the bottom outlined, I then go in and outline the top, but I don't come as far in on the top as I do on the bottom. So I just start from like here. Kind of gotta find a shape that works best for your face and your brow shape. I've been practicing my brows for 6-7 years now. They used to be the crappiest things you've ever seen, and now I'm so proud of the way I do my brows. So you kind of just gotta work with it. You really just gotta test and try and see what works best for you. You can try stencils, you can try all sorts of things. I do extend mine a little bit further than how far my hairs go. This product is so like waxy and beautiful that like if you just go a little bit out of the lines than where you want to be, you can take the spoolie end and just kind of brush it and it'll move the product to where you want it to be. Okay, so now that we have an outline, I start at the like right here area. I don't know what you would call this, like right before the arch. And I make strokes upward to mimic natural hair. So I go like this. And then once I get to the arch area, I start brushing downwards into the tail. And then I'm constantly brushing out the brows because I want them to look as natural as possible. I don't want the product to look like it's just sitting on top of my face. I want it to blend into the brows. Now that we have done the 3/4 on this end, this is where things get tricky. Back in the day, I used to make it like really blocky because that's all I really knew, but that is not what I do anymore. I want it to look as natural and bushy, especially in the front, because when you have them more blocky, that's when it does not look natural at all. So I want to create as hair-like strokes as I can, like as natural looking strokes in the front as I can. So I just start at the tip. I find out how far I want the brow to go, which is usually right here. My natural hairs stop about right here, but I like to bring it down a little bit further right here. And then I just take it and I create these like upward strokes, like just to make it look natural, and then I bring it. I'm so sorry if I'm garbage at explaining these things, you guys. It's one of those things where it's so easy for you to do every morning, but when you're explaining it, you're like at a loss for words. So yeah, I just create these strokes upwards and I brush, like I said, I constantly am brushing things out. But like, look how much more natural that looks. Looks like natural hair strokes, just like natural hair. But we created it using the brow wiz. So at the end, when you feel like you've got most of the shape done, you can go and evaluate. Like, personally, I need to add more right up here to make the arch look better. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And that is it. That is my brow. This is a huge transformation after and before. Like, I'm kind of lucky because I do have a really good brow shape. It just doesn't come in as far as I'd like it to, and there's just no hairs at all, basically. So now that I have this one finished, I am going to go on to this one here, and then I will show you guys how I use my Glossier Boy Brow. Okay, you guys, we have both eyebrows drew on. Anyways, we've got both eyebrows on, and they weren't there before. One thing I want to point out is I don't know if I will ever in a million years get my eyebrows to be twins, so don't worry. Eyebrows are sisters and not twins. I know you've heard it a million times, but here's the millionth and one time. Yes. Apparently I'm having a really hard time talking today. Alright, so also another thing to point out, I do have a really, really dark freckle right there, so it kind of looks like, you know, looks messed up. Don't hate me. I've got a freckle. I've got lots of freckles, so they are what they are. So we're gonna go in with the Glossier Boy Brow now. The thing I do is I take it out of the tube, and it has a ton of product on it, so I do try and like get a lot of the product off, and then I go in and grab some more later, or else it would be a hot mess. So where I do is I start like here, and I just brush through very lightly, and I brush up. Brushing up is going to make it look a lot thicker and fuller and natural, especially if you're working with not a ton of brow hairs like moi. So now that we've got everywhere done but the front, I go in really lightly in the front, take any hairs I can find and brush them up, especially in the front because I want to make the front look like it has more hairs, and it definitely does not have like any. So just gently go in here. So now look at this brow compared to this brow. So this looks a lot thicker and fuller, and the thickness and fullness looks natural, which is what we're going for. Brush up and brush out. And then if you feel like you've brushed them like too far up, you can always like just like clean it up on the top, you know? To me though, I don't have super long brow hairs, and my brow hairs don't grow. Like, I don't have to cut them like a lot of people do. So brushing up is just a perfect technique for me because they don't ever get too long. And if you feel like a little bit too much of the Boy Brow product was distributed in certain areas, you can always go in with your original spoolie and just kind of like brush it out and even it out, you know? Okay guys, that is my everyday brow routine. I hope you enjoyed and maybe picked up some inspiration. I know that I've been working on my brows for 6-7 years. I started doing it when I was like a senior in high school because I had dark brown hair and my natural hair color is blonde, so my eyebrows clearly didn't match my hair. So I started practicing back then. They looked like crap. All I did was take a brown eyeliner and like lightly draw. It was bad. It was bad. Now look at where we've come. Now I'm so proud of the way I do my brows. They frame my face. My brows are my favorite thing to do. I know a lot of people are getting them like microbladed and stuff, but I personally don't want to do that just because I enjoy doing my brows every morning. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up. I love you guys very much. If you are not subscribed, I hope you do subscribe. I post 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you don't want to miss them, hit that subscribe button. But anyways, I will let you guys go. Have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, whenever it is that you are watching this video. I love you very much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!